So some tips on manifesting or like reaching a goal. Um, I'ma just go into what it took me to get where I am today. Like I'm a homeowner. Um, kind of like reflected on really holding that in because it was like a fast pace, but I knew it was always something on my vision board, something I wanted to accomplish. So anyway, just the situation I was in, I just know I didn't want to be there. Um, I also knew that very young, um, I didn't believe in the concept of giving somebody else your money, even like with jobs. And I don't know where this comes from, whatever the universe made me this way, but like I never understood why would I pay somebody else's mortgage. Basically, when you're renting from somebody, like you're paying their mortgage type thing. So I was always like, why would I, spend this money into something that, is every 30 days, whatever, every 30 days, but it's not, you're not invested into, that's just for you to be there. But in the long run, like that money, you're like really kind of throwing it away. Like I always thought it was like you're throwing it away because your hard-earned money, like what do you get in return? Yeah, you got a place to stay for 30 days, but in the long run, I always think ahead. So anyway, I didn't want to be the one to like, I don't know. It was more like my money has to match. It has to make sense. So I remember like I would always like, all right, let's get a roommate type situation. You know what I'm saying? Let's break this down so we can get to where we eventually need to be. It's hard to find people with those same mindsets. So anyway, I know I had to do it for me. But like I said too, that was always like my thing. Like I'ma pay rent or whatever to get where I need to get. But my end goal, I don't want to pay rent the rest of my life. So anyway, um, I would say step one is to at least think about the goal, what you want, and where you want to go with it. I know me, I had to save. So my thing was I didn't know too much. I did a little bit of research, but I'm like, okay, it seems like, hey, you need a down payment. You need this. And I kind of have a little, buying a car, I bought a car. So understanding like what you had to come up with up front and finance and all this other stuff. I'm like, same thing concept when you're getting a house. So I established like, all right, well, this seems like this is the number I need to start with for my down payment. And I knew that having more would give you more leeway to where you wanted to go. So anyway, my main thing was like the save and stack. So let's start from, okay, at the time I had got my own apartment under some assistance, some government assistance program, income-based rent. So with that, I still I made decent money at the time, I guess, the economy we were in. And then it being based on your income, it kind of, it would, if you utilize it correctly, it actually helped. Because therefore you're not just paying standard market rent. You know what I'm saying? It's a program that's like, okay, hey, she only makes X, Y, Z, so we can only charge her 30% the rent. So I utilized that to put more into my savings. When I would get big chunks of money, like 70-80% of that would go towards the savings, and I would do what I could do off it a little bit. So I did that. And I say that took me like a year. My credit wasn't the best, but I was like doing my own research. I'm like, okay, well maybe I should pay this off or whatever. So I was paying, credit cards down, opening and expanding like credit limits at the same time. So it was like balancing out. My credit was improving. My score was improving. And then I would say probably, so that was like a whole year. Give me like a year of my own of like trying to figure it out. And then maybe like 3 months into that, I ran into a realtor, actually somebody I already knew, good like that. So anyway, I was like asking her like, hey, I eventually want to buy a house. This is where I'm at. What do I need to do next? Am I in the right direction? And so that was like, that was, so we basically, I was on the right direction. Even like when it came to my credit, I was like on the verge of like about to pay off my car, and she was like, no, hold up, like you still want that on your credit, da, 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 like whatever, like explaining to me certain things. So I'm glad she came along when she came along, because that was also money that I was able to hold off on and save. So anyway, step one, I would say get a plan in line what you want to do. Step two, come up with a number. You need a number. You need a number. That's something that I'm teaching myself too. You need a number. You need a number, and then to reach that number. Um, and I always round up. I like round up. I'm a round up type girl. Round up, because you never know. But yeah, so that's step one, a goal. Step two, come up with a number that'll help you reach that goal, or wherever, like what do you need to get you there? A number.